So I still love doing all these customizing, modification jobs on these different gel blasters. I know I've been showing a lot of new blasters too, just because I'm lucky enough to get those. I want to share those with everyone as well. But Ferven Toys actually contacted me and said, "Hey, I see you do a lot of videos of modifications. Do you want us to send us some blasters for you to modify?" And I said, "Well, I've tried to modify the Scorpion performance-wise, and there wasn't really anything we could do or I could do. The gearbox in the Scorpion looks like this too, and you can't really fit a different gearbox in there easily, and replacing the spring in the motor didn't really make much difference. It just caused problems. So I've had that issue with the Scorpion. I've had that with like the Uzis or Mac 10s. So I said, I don't know. I go, let me check that HK pistol that you guys have. Let me see if we could do anything with that. Because if you remember, the FPS on it is, not as high as most bigger kids would like to see it. By bigger kids, I mean adults as well. So I thought, let me check it out and let me see because it's obviously pistol shaped, right? So I was surprised when I opened it up that it did have this type of gearbox, but I guess I shouldn't be because that's probably what Ferven uses, right? Because they probably use a similar gearbox or the same gearbox in many of their blasters, which actually makes sense cost-wise. But again, due to the footprint of the gun, I was pleasantly surprised to find that a gearbox from like a G17 Glock, also from like an AKM 47, will fit inside here with some minor modifications. So I'm going to do some of those. I'm going to turn some of these into much stronger blasters. So what I had to do is basically with like a wire cutter there, the needle nose pliers, we'll go ahead and cut out. There was plastic all through here, right? That was just like support pieces because the original gearbox was up here. So cut all that out. I will take this tool here, the sander, and I'll sand that all smooth because it is pretty tight for it to fit in there. It's fitting in there fine, but it is pretty tight. So I'm going to sand that smooth just so those edges aren't there. Really, the only other changes that I have to do is the switch on this gearbox is this style, and I just need to switch it to like this. And I've got a lot of those around. So I'm going to just go ahead and wire that a little different. However, the gearbox actually lines up with the, bolts as well. It's not obstructing any of them. In fact, it lines up with that main one fine, and then it leaves this back one open as well. The trigger, that's fine because we can reuse that switch as well. And then putting the battery down here is fine because we can actually fit like a G18 battery, the small black kind of thin battery. I don't have one right here. Oh, yeah, I do. So the small battery that's kind of this size should fit back here fine, or up here. Well, it'll be tight, but I'm going to make it work. So not worried about that. In fact, actually, what I'll probably do just to make sure we have enough room, since this isn't going into anything in this, there's no piece that this goes into like it would normally in a blaster, I'll probably just chop that off. That way we have a little more room for the battery down there without making it too crazy tight. So I've closed this up like this, and I've actually shot it. And remarkably, I don't know how it shot this high, but I did a half a hopper, and I was consistently seeing but up to 170 FPS, between 160 and 170 FPS, which I'm a little confused by because typically I've never seen over 150 with the G17 gearbox. So I'm not entirely sure why that's happening. If anyone has some ideas, please post that in the comments. But either way, I'm excited. I'm going to paint it out a little different. Not sure what I'll do, but do something. Paint it out a little different. Probably put the threaded barrel on here. And then I'm a big fan of, well, I really like this style little, fake silencer suppressor. But then I've got several different little red ones as well. Of course, this I will paint red or orange just for safety. So comments, questions, everything, please post them below. Of course, the completed project will be posted too. Let me know what you guys think. And please like, please subscribe, please share with your friends. Please participate in all the giveaways. Good luck. So I showed you what I was doing with this. This is that Ferven Toys HK pistol. Gonna go ahead and shoot it for you here. Got all the internals from a Glock 17 inside it. Gonna paint it up and make it pretty, but wanted to show you how it shoots first. I mean, I'm hitting highs of 170 FPS, which is great, but on average, I'd say, you know, in that 150s range. You know, it's hitting out there at about 40 feet with no issues. Pretty consistently 155 to 160 with highs as close to 170. So that's pretty awesome. So looking forward to painting this out. Don't know if I'll put a threaded barrel, but probably I'll put a threaded barrel, and then you just have the option at least to go in with some sort of silencer. Most likely any sort of silencer will probably slow it down a little bit unless it's really short. That just tends to end up happening. But that's pretty cool, and I'm able to put that Glock 18 in there and really make this a lot more powerful blaster with this smaller HK form factor. So let me know what you guys think. Comments, questions, of course, post them below. And once I paint this out, of course, I'll do another video to show it all pretty with everything painted and customized.